When people talk about becoming stronger, more disciplined, and more focused, they often imagine big routines, complicated strategies, and loud motivational speeches. But if you want to train like Kiyotaka Ayanokoji from the White Room, the first thing you need to understand is that strength doesn't come from noise, it comes from silence. The White Room was not just a place of physical training. It was a system designed to sharpen the mind, break weakness, and rebuild a person into someone who moves with calm precision. So, before you learn how to train like Ian, you must first learn how to think like him. The biggest difference between normal training and White Room style training is mindset. Most people train only when they feel motivated. Ayanokoji trained even when he didn't feel anything at all. His power didn't come from passion. It came from discipline. To reach that level, you must teach your mind to act without waiting for feelings. When you wake up, instead of asking yourself, "Do I feel like improving today?" the correct question is, "What needs to be done next?" This shift will make you unstoppable. The next core principle of White Room-inspired training is absolute focus. Ayanokoji is never distracted because he understands something very simple. Your attention is your greatest weapon. Most people lose hours every day to phones, noise, and unnecessary thoughts. But Ayanokoji trains his mind to block everything except the mission in front of him. To follow this, choose one essential goal, not 10, and commit to it with complete intensity. Whether it's studying, working out, or developing a new skill, train your brain to stay with the task without jumping between ideas. This kind of monotonic focus is something the White Room drilled into him from the beginning. If you want that same silent sharpness, practice deep focus sessions. No music, no phone, no distractions. Just you and the task. Over time, your brain will learn to enter a state of flow where everything becomes quiet, and your thoughts become your tools instead of your obstacles. Now, let's talk about emotional control, one of Ayanokoji's most dangerous and powerful abilities. People make mistakes when they let emotions run them: anger, fear, laziness, doubt. But Ayanokoji observes emotions instead of reacting to them. Emotional control doesn't mean ignoring feelings. It means not letting feelings control your actions. One simple training method is the 3-second rule. Whenever you feel irritation, fear, or hesitation, count to 3 internally before acting. This creates a micro gap between your emotion and your decision, giving you a calm advantage. Over time, your emotional reactions become slower, quieter, and easier to manage. This is how you develop that Ayanokoji-style poker face, not by hiding emotions, but by mastering them. Physical training in the Ayanokoji style is not about looking muscular. It's about being efficient, functional, and quietly strong. Push-ups, pull-ups, planks, squats, sprint intervals, simple exercises mastered with perfect form. The White Room didn't rely on fancy equipment. It relied on intensity and repetition. You don't need a gym to build a White Room body. What you need is consistency. Pick a routine and follow it every single day, even when it feels boring. The White Room wasn't interesting. It was repetitive, harsh, and strict. But repetition builds a foundation that cannot be destroyed. When you train like this, your body becomes stable, your movements become sharp, and your endurance becomes unbreakable. That's how Ayanokoji moves with such quiet confidence, not because of raw strength, but because of refined, controlled physical skill. Next is intellectual training. Ayanokoji is not only physically capable, he is mentally superior. His intelligence comes from constant learning, observing, and analyzing. To train like him, you must make learning a daily habit. Read something challenging every day: philosophy, psychology, strategy, or anything that forces your brain to think deeply. The White Room pushed children to solve complex problems under pressure. You can simulate this by practicing critical thinking, solve puzzles, analyze situations, and try predicting outcomes in daily life. When you talk to people, listen more than you speak. Study patterns. Understand motives. Always ask yourself, what is the real reason behind this? This mental sharpness gives you the same calm advantage Ayanokoji uses in every situation. But the deadliest skill Ayanokoji has is observation. He notices what others ignore. To develop White Room level observation, start by practicing awareness. When you walk into a place, observe details, exits, people's expressions, spacing, tone. Whenever someone talks, analyze their words, their pauses, and their body language. This doesn't mean becoming paranoid. It means becoming aware. Over time, you'll start to read situations faster and more accurately than others. This gives you strategic power, the ability to act not based on guesswork, but on information. Another core part of this training is emotional detachment. Ayanokoji never lets people distract him from his purpose. That doesn't mean he doesn't care. It means he doesn't depend on anyone emotionally. To train like this, learn to be comfortable being alone. Spend time in silence. Sit with your thoughts. Do things without seeking validation. The White Room didn't reward praise, so Ayanokoji grew up without needing approval. You don't need to copy the White Room, but you can train yourself to stop relying on others for motivation. When you become emotionally independent, you gain a quiet power that no one can take away. Finally, the most important element of White Room style training is consistency. Ayanokoji became who he is, not because of one intense month, but because of years of disciplined routine. If you want even a fraction of his calm power, you must commit to long-term improvement. Every day, improve 1%, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Small progress compounds into something extraordinary. Move silently, improve quietly, and let your results speak when the time is right. In the end, training like Ayanokoji isn't about becoming him, it's about becoming a stronger version of yourself. The White Room created him through extreme methods, but you can create your own growth through discipline, focus, and self-control. If you apply these principles with patience, you'll start to notice changes. Your mind becomes sharper, your emotions become calmer, and your actions become more powerful. This is how you begin your silent evolution, not by shouting about your improvement, but by building it quietly, day after day. Become the person who doesn't need to prove anything, because your discipline does it for you. If you reached this far, it means you're not just watching, you're evolving. Remember, true strength doesn't come from noise or showing off. It comes from silence, consistency, and discipline, the kind Ayanokoji mastered. So if you want more content like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Who do you think can reach Ayanokoji level discipline? Your journey starts now. Train silently, improve quietly, and let your results speak for you.